Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. We are back for another episode of our All-American After Show, episode 11, The Crossroads. It was very intense, crazy. Today, we're going to talk about Spencer. Is he going to recover coming out of the hospital? Tyrone. Still don't know if he made it out of Crenshaw. And also Billy Baker. His team really rallied together to support him. But first off, we are with my dear friend.
Well, hello. My name is Zakiyyah Wilbert, for all of you who don't know.
We love that. And I am at Sierra Chanell. Sadly, Sierra Chanell, sadly. Mina is not here with us today, so pouring one out for the homies.
Right.
Very sad. We miss her dearly. But let's go ahead and hop into it. Overall thoughts. What did you think?
Woo. This episode, I was in tears. You saw.
Multiple times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple times. So, honestly, this was a lot for me. I have no words.
There were just so many moments that it wasn't even that they were intentionally making it sad. There were just so many heartfelt, like, real conversations that I felt like I related to. Like, that's what made me so emotional. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We have to just start this off with Spencer. It's a lot. We end the last episode. He gets shot. We don't know what's going on. And then throughout the whole episode, we're like, is he ever going to be able to use his arm again? Mm-hmm. What were your biggest concerns for Spencer going into this episode?
So I think my biggest concern when he was shot, obviously, was, is he going to be alive?
Right.
Right. But to see that he was alive, one of the points of this transition for Spencer as he's in the hospital and Olivia, and they're getting questioned by the police and the doctors are kind of not on their side. I think this was the perfect moment for CW to use how, like, when things of traumatic situations like shootings or African Americans are in the hospital, like how they're neglected from their health. And I love how the doctor, the black doctor, she said, hey, I'm going to stick up for you guys no matter what. And she ran in and she saved Olivia. She was saving Spencer by his side the entire time, rooting for him and just making sure that he got the care that he needed. So for me, I love that moment. I think that was a real, like you said, they're always giving us real life scenarios and real life things that actually happen. So, but for as far as Spencer, I just want him to be okay. I'm with Grace. Right. Like, whatever is gonna make you okay. I'm like,
she loves him so much.
Yes, I love it, but it was intense.
No, I totally agree. I feel like what was so crazy to me is everyone has these like prejudice, I don't know the plural of that word.
Right.
But we all have these things that we like inherently think about some people, and like whenever you're a healthcare professional, you literally, like, it doesn't matter what you think, like you have to just do your job, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's scary, because what if someone's prejudice like ends up not saving someone's life,
right?
You know what I mean? I think the CW does such a good job of like talking about some of those topics, which I know we've definitely gotten into a few times. Towards the end of the episode, when he's like in the bed with Olivia, and he's also, obviously, Layla's being very supportive as well. I don't know why I still am like, they're going to get together. I don't know what the vibe is there, but when she got in the bed, I was like, oh my God, their connection is unmatched.
This is true. Okay, so for me, I don't see them getting together. I see the brother and sister love, but I also see the fact that they almost lost their lives.
Right.
Together.
That's true.
They literally almost died together.
That's true.
Do see what you're saying, though, because Asher, even though we know Asher is right now on the crazy train, because
we'll get to that.
but I do see what you're saying, because Asher was a little jealous at the cotillion.
Right.
So I do see the connection that you see, because Asher must sees it too.
Right.
But I just can't get over the fact that they're just brother and sister and they just love each other.
It's just so funny because, like, I feel like every episode I'm like, oh my God, I love Asher. But then, like, whenever I'm in here, I'm like, Olivia needs to be with Spencer. Layla needs to be with Spencer. And then I'm like, do I even like Asher? Like, who is he going to end up being with? It's all too much. One thing that we didn't, usually we like chat on this side while we're watching the show. One thing we didn't talk about was Spencer's brother, which that was so emotional. Like, he was in the middle of everything. You know what I mean? Was that something that you noticed at all?
Which brother? Darnell?
Spencer's younger brother.
He was in the middle of stuff?
Well, he was, like, in the middle of the hospital, and, like, Grace gave that speech that was so emotional, and I was like, literally, if I was, like, someone's younger sibling, or I was thinking about my little brother, I was like, he would, like, literally be a wreck. Like, he could not be in the middle of the situation.
Wow, I didn't pick that up, because I was so concerned for Spencer, but now that you're saying it, for him to be so young and to see all of this happening,
right?
And then his father already passed. Oh, my gosh.
It's too much.
It is a lot.
It's too much.
Oh.
That was, like... You were crying around the same time, but that was what made me water up because I was like, oh my God. I was thinking of my little brother.
Yeah.
Like he could not even be in that situation.
I couldn't stop crying. It was bad. It was worse than, no, not worse than when Corey died. When Corey died, that was terrible.
Because it wasn't like the kind of like shock that we're used to of like someone got shot or whatever. It was like everything was so heartfelt and like everyone was in this like vulnerable moment. Like Asher and Olivia, they had their moment where they're like, we don't care what's going on, like we're being together. You know what I mean? Like all the like for the lack of better words, like all the BS was kind of like over everyone's head.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure.
But I think that you have an announcement for us. We love that.
Oh my gosh, girl. Yes, I do. Okay, for all you lovelies who are watching, we love bringing you the news and everything that incorporates the after shows. So make sure you give our show and every show 5 stars. Thumbs ups. That's 2, that's 5, that's 4, that's 10. But make sure you just keep watching. We love being the ESPN of TV talk.
Oh my God, we love that. We stan a queen, Maria Menounos. We stan. Okay, so Tyrone. We have to get into all of this with Tyrone. How shocked were you whenever he was like, literally every single day I was in jail, I was thinking of how I'm going to get all of y'all back. I was like, what are you getting them back for? You're the one that's shooting people and ruining people's lives. What are you plotting against?
You know, he just has this, I feel like he's one of those people who has to be in power. If he's not in power, then everybody has to go down. The fact that he was in jail that long, that was him plotting for his revenge. The thing that makes me a little wary, or I'm just like, did you just come to make everyone's lives miserable and move on, is the fact that he's gone now. So I'm like, okay, is he actually going to come back or is he going to stay away?
Right.
Honestly, I'm so sick of Tyrone.
Sick of him.
Somebody call their friend Tyrone and tell him.
Someone, get your friend.
Get your friend.
Oh, my God. Well, yeah. I mean, like, it's such a power trip. Like, clearly all he cares about is just, like, making people scared of him. And there's that moment in the coffee shop where Spencer's, like, brother, who he finds out is his brother. I always forget his name, but we love him. Darnell.
You know I love Darnell.
We love Darnell. So literally, they have this moment where he kind of like uses him as his alibi, and he's like, the cop comes in, he's like, no, I definitely was not there whenever so-and-so got shot, or whenever Spencer, I'm like, whenever Spencer got shot. But it's so this power trip, like people were like running away, and he was looking at Darnell, and he was like, see, like you wouldn't be scared of me, see how people are running away. Like it's I hate to say this, but all this makes me think he's an Aries. But
I'm an Aries.
I have Aries in my chart. I love how I'm saying like the worst things about him. I'm like, so this is who he is. Wish Mina was here to talk about it.
Yes. Could you Okay, so as an Aries, because she's trying to throw us under the bus, my fellow Aries.
No.
We are fire signs. This is true. We do take a lot of leadership, but a lot of us are good, wholesome people. We're not Tyrones.
Right.
But he probably is an Aries.
He's got some insecurities he's dealing with.
This is true.
We'll figure that out.
I want to know his story, because why are you so angry?
You know what? This is so unrelated, and I'm going to say it anywhere.
I
was just talking to someone. I don't know if anyone has watched the show Cheer.
No.
And like,
but I seen the Ellen.
Right.
Yeah.
We love that. But like, there's this one character who has like this terrible background and like the story that is so touching, and it's so divided if people like him or not, because his personality is so infectious, but he also has like this like terrible attitude. But because you get to know his backstory, you like are a little bit more open and like sympathetic to the way he grew up.
So you think we're gonna care about Tyrone after we hear about his backstory?
I just don't know.
No, you're probably right.
I just don't know.
But I just want to put you on the spot. Like, so the killer.
Right. right. I am like so that kind of person. I'm like, well, everyone has a story. Like, you don't know why they're like that. Which is why I end up in bad situations sometimes, but we love that for me. But yeah, Tyrone, he's one of the characters I'm like, I hope we don't get his backstory, because it was kind of like Asher, like we started to get his backstory and then we were like, okay, we love him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is definitely a character that I would love to learn a little bit more about.
Same.
I think that we might have a little news and gossip moment.
Do you think?
For our guests.
Oh,
a fun little segment that Zakiyyah has whipped up for everyone.
Okay, guys. So the news here is, if you have not known, I'm going to be the one to break it to you that All American is actually going on its season 3. What do you know? The show that was canceled, placed on Netflix, renewed. It's not going on to season 3.
Won't he do it?
Okay.
We love it.
Okay. So, I mean, we're going to be here again. You're going to see our faces. I know you love us. Keep commenting. We love you. And that's that.
Is there anything good happening in the chat?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. Everyone is really in love with the story right now. The storyline, everyone's saying is super dramatic. I think a lot of people believe that Coop is gonna kill Tyrone.
Okay, we are getting to that after this, but continue.
Yeah, so we have a lot. We have a lot going on. Oh, girl. So Erica Walker, she is with me. She said, Darnell, fine chocolate stuff.
We love Darnell.
Girl, every time I see this man grace that stage, I'm sorry. Like, Darnell, I would slide in your DMs because I'm very single, so just saying.
Oh my God, same. We should go on a double blind date.
I know, right? Who you gonna bring? You can't bring Darnell.
I'm bringing Darnell. No! I am just kidding. I wish I was.
Right. We're just kidding. We're not that thirsty.
I literally am like, I am. We love it. Yeah, Darnell is truly an icon. We're gonna stop talking about him because we're obsessed. I do want to talk about Coop. I'm so happy that just got brought up. Coop gets to these moments where she's like so unhinged and she gets so manic that I'm like, girl, we need to reel it back in. The fact that she, like, nothing even happened, she was like, I have to kill Tyrone. Yeah. Like, kill? I just don't see her that kind of person to, like, kill anybody. I don't know, whatever. It made me very emotional, very sad, because she loses patience in the last episode. Like, she always kind of has these lulls where I feel like she gets really lost, and she's kind of, like, figuring out who she is. I feel like she never really knows who she is. What were some of your thoughts just overall about that entire situation? Coop stepping up and being like, I'm killing him.
I feel like a lot of bad is going to happen because anytime Spencer says don't do something, Coop always does the opposite. Right. And then Spencer is there to clean it up. So for me, I know she feels like this is on her and she's so passionate about it because honestly, in retrospect, she did start all of this.
Right. She was like, this is my fault. I was like, true.
But you did. But that's horrible.
No, every time she was like, I like made this bed. And I was like, no, you literally you did.
No, seriously.
Right.
You keep getting in trouble and we keep having to get you out of trouble. So at this point, I understand where she's coming from, but she's just going to make it worse. I think she needs to calm down. Let Tyrone
not a killer.
leave. She's not a killer. And I'm afraid for Coop because she has nothing to lose. I mean, it seems like because her and her girl isn't together anymore. So I just feel like she's spiraling down.
I'm like, I can see a spiral when I see it. Yeah.
I think that seeing Spencer so hurt, it's hurting her because that's her best friend.
Right.
And I think she's prepared to actually die because she left her necklace on
That was crazy. Yeah. That was so crazy. Yeah. And that was like one of the first things that Preach said. He was like, where's your Coop necklace? I was like, oh my God. Like I noticed it, but like that was such a huge.
And she left him a letter too.
Right.
So I really hope not because it's season 3's coming. So like, Coop, we need you alive,
I'm like,
girl.
Spencer needs to be there. Coop needs to be there.
Yep. And Preach, what the heck? Oh my God, this setup with Preach, I just can't get over it. I'm so sad because Preach was really like the thug angel.
No, right.
Like he was saving everybody.
Right. Yeah, that was so sad. Yeah. Whenever like. And it was like, there was a moment before the cops came out that you could see on his face, like, he knew. He was like, oh, no. Like, this is about to be a wrap. Crazy. Okay, so Billy Baker.
Yeah.
we didn't stand. Initially, we stand. Then we didn't, and now we do again.
Now we do.
I think.
Yes.
Now we're back on it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, like, we're finally seeing his family come back together, kind of in these moments of crisis. Unfortunately, that is when, like, people start to bond again, and, like, you realize all the other stuff probably doesn't matter. But I loved seeing Jordan step up and, like, protect his dad, because we know they've had their ups and downs.
Yes.
And to see the football team step up, it was like, because we know they've had their ups and downs with him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you feel in that moment when Jordan's, like, going to bat for his dad, and then, like, you just see this swarm of people coming to support Billy Baker as well?
Yep. It was a 360 moment. Everyone, like you said, we were with him, we were against him, now we're with him again. Everyone is really seeing the value that Billy Baker has, especially, I think, his son, Jordan, at this moment, because he knows that this is his father and he wants this job for him. But I also think that he understands now why, you know, Billy is so deeply invested in this football team and in his, like, everyone that's a part of the football team. So for me to see Jordan actually step up, this was a moment that I was like, finally, like, we're so used to him being like the joke at now, and I'm finally, you're being the mature Jordan that we would love to see. I think for one moment I was like, Jordan, get your life. Get your life.
We wanted good for Jordan for so long. No, you were so right. We wanted that for him for so long. And finally, it was like, okay, you're being mature.
Yep.
You're taking your emotions aside, and you're, like, focusing on what really matters. I completely agree with that.
I think him and Olivia are both making that change.
Right.
Maybe it was that situation that happened to them a few episodes ago.
With the car, or what happened?
With the reason why she started her podcast, the situation where they were at the yogurt place and then the police were called.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I just think that they're well, Olivia's been, like, transitioning, but I think Jordan is finally getting it. I don't know. Life is happening, but I'm proud. I'm a proud mama.
Seriously. And also, the mom, I always forget. What's Jordan and Olivia's mom's name?
Laura or Laura?
I think so, Laura. Like, I'm like, it's awkward if that's not her name, but we're gonna roll.
It's Laura.
It like, seeing her also, like, she wasn't really speaking that much this episode, but, like, through her nonverbals, like, she was there supporting Spencer. She was there supporting her kids. You know what I mean? Like, their family's really starting to come together a little bit more, which I absolutely love. So I want to spend a little bit of time on predictions, because we know that I love a prediction.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What are some of your predictions? I can start with mine if you want me to.
Please, because I need time.
Okay. I think there was a slight moment when Jordan was with, I literally am so bad with everyone's names, but Jordan was with the girl that said she was pregnant. Simone. They had a moment.
Yeah.
They had some eye contact. Something was happening there. And I really think that, I don't know what it's going to be, but, like, all of their dramas aside, I think they're going to rekindle things.
Yeah, their hot water is bubbling.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally feel brewing. That. It's brewing. That's one of my predictions. The second one, something is up with the booster that they kicked out. He's going to come back. I don't know, like, what it's going to be.
Ew, he's
like,
so shiesty.
He's sick.
Yeah.
He's literally sick. I don't know what it's going to be, but he's going to come back, and I feel it.
Oh, I'm on the spot?
Oh
okay.
My God, I'm like, did that happen? I was like,
no, I haven't.
I'm
kidding. Okay, so as far as predictions, I predict that, obviously, you guys, this is the first time I actually, like, really paid attention to the what they show afterwards with the preview. So I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
You know, I never pay attention. I'm like, come on, let's do the show. But so obviously, I predict that Spencer is gonna get back into the game. But
Okay, wait, they also showed him playing, and I was like, literally, how is he already playing? Like, you just said he could have had, like, a serious, like, almost brain injury. It was on his spine.
Right. No. It was in his shoulder. He would have been paralyzed on, like, his right side.
I thought it was, like, on his spine, and that's what was causing him to be paralyzed.
No, it was like, we're not doctors, but
right.
It was somewhere
in there.
It was floating. But they said that he could potentially be okay.
Right.
So now he's okay.
But, like, he's not going to be able to throw a football in the next episode. Like, that's what the teaser looked like, right?
Really? I don't know.
He got shot.
I know, but I thought he was throwing it. I was like,
No, I saw that. I was like,
I don't know.
But I'm whatever. Go ahead. Sorry.
I predict that Spencer is going to finally go back on the team. He's gonna find his way, and him and Darnell are gonna get very close.
We love that.
Yes, because I need to see Darnell more. So put that in CW. Thank you. And I also predict that Coop is going to get herself in trouble. And like she said, Tyrone is not going to be gone for long. I don't know where that man is going, but he's coming back.
We both were like literally screaming out loud whenever
I know.
he was in the car.
I thought someone was going to shoot him.
I knew it. Or I thought the car was going to blow up. But I was like, what's going to happen?
I've been watching too many like gangster shows. No, seriously. So
literally,
I'm like, either someone's gonna hit the car, or someone's gonna shoot him. I'm like, whoa, I gotta stop watching TV. I gotta stop.
No, I love how my reference is like, have you seen the new Netflix Cheer documentary?
Yeah.
And you're like,
no.
Another prediction I have, I told you this is my favorite part, is Asher.
Asher is crazy now.
Those drugs.
I know.
He has an addictive personality, which nothing wrong with that. But it needs to be addressed. Like, he's literally doing drugs. And then they have, like, that clip of him for the next episode where he, like, is on the field and can't breathe. And he's, like, getting the drugs from his locker. And his mom is starting to get involved. Asher is just always going through it. And I want to support him. But it's just, he projects his issues. And that's what makes it hard for me to, like, hop on his bandwagon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of Asher, he's not my MVP. But I want to...
I'm like, talking about something I wasn't prepared for.
Not today. But I want to tell you, like, who is my MVP. And I want you to... Exactly. So you guys already know we have this special segment called MVP where we decide who is our most valuable player of this episode. So I'll start first and then I'll hear yours.
I'm scared that you're going to say mine. I'm going to spiral. Go ahead.
You think so?
I think you're going to say mine.
Okay, I probably will. But anyways, so mine is definitely the doctor.
MVP.
Get me out of here.
You guys could have guessed it, okay?
Oh, my God.
Mine is the doctor. She was saving lives, honey. I mean, exactly. But if it wasn't for her, I don't think that Spencer would have made it. I saw someone in the comments saying the same thing, that Spencer probably wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for her. I also believe that she helped Olivia because that police was clearly questioning a minor, which he should not have been. Mm-hmm. And I think that her one saying, which was, I wrote it down so I won't forget.
Oh, I know what it is. I wrote it down too.
If we don't fight for each other, who will? And I think that was a moment when I said, power to people. Go, my sister. I loved it.
I loved that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, no, I loved that.
Mm-hmm.
I think since mine was taken, my MVP is going to be Simone. Simone.
Really? Oh, Simone was good. Simone was good.
She rallied the troops. She got everyone to go support Billy Baker. She put her pride and her ego aside. Mm-hmm. She had this one moment where she said something to Jordan. She was like, this is literally the least I could do. Like, I was so terrible to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she, even though she did all of those things out of, like, fear and, like, this sense of, like, wanting to, like, protect a potential child to come into this world, like, she had the kind of best of intentions. I say she was an MVP because she kind of, like, put all that beside her.
She did.
She's growing. We love that.
Yeah.
Overall, this whole episode, I feel like everyone had, like, these intense decisions to make, whether it was Spencer deciding what kind of surgery he was going to get, Billy Baker deciding if he was going to leave the hospital to go to this meeting, Coop deciding if he's going to, if she's going to shoot someone.
Right.
Every single person had, like, these intense decisions.
This is true.
It was emotional, and I think, like, oh my God, like, this was one of those episodes that was just so heavy. Like, I literally was like, I need to, like, take off my jacket. I'm sweating. There was so much going on. Mm-hmm. But I mean, do you have any last thoughts before we wrap it up? We're gonna miss y'all.
We are gonna miss you guys. I just want to say, in connection with what you said and what I'm definitely seeing in the comments right now, I feel like everyone is responding, saying who their MVP was, and I think everyone in this episode had an MVP moment. We have people who said Asher was their MVP because he did come through with the hug. I mean, that was a hug. She needed that. And I think that, Iron Knight was saying that Asher and Coop was his MVP. Right. We got Nate saying that Jordan was his MVP.
Jordan.
Yeah, so
there was a lot. I could see Asher. I see Jordan, Coop.
I see everyone.
Every single, even like I wrote this down too. Like, Grace, love her.
Yes.
There was a moment where Layla gave Spencer some really good advice also at the very beginning. So I definitely get that. I am so sad that we have to wrap this up. This episode was so good.
It was.
Literally obsessed. As always, I am at Sierra Chanell. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of it. Zakiyyah, where can they find you?
Hello, guys. My name is Zakiyyah Wilbert. You can find me on Instagram at ZakiyyahW_. Also, I will be on the show Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So check it out.
Yay! Thank you guys, as always, for watching. We will see you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.